Okay, so hello everybody and welcome to what are we? So 13, 14, no, 14, week 14 of our 16-week challenge. I'm looking at my little sheets up there, so that keeps me on track. So welcome to week 14 and congratulations for everybody who has made it this far. You are absolute superstars and we are so very proud of you. If you obviously you've got these 3 last weeks to kick on in terms of your goals, and we hope that you're tracking really well. Really looking forward to some stunning after pictures, and then make sure that you're already doing some kind of pre-work on your essay. And if you need help on the essay, make sure that you jump onto the IsaBody site and you actually go on there and you have a look, because there is some hints and tips about doing your essay. So know that obviously in 3 weeks' time you need to do your after photos, you need to do your essay, but then you will also be prompted to do some maintenance photos, and they are really important too. I think the maintenance photos from memory need to be done a week to 2 weeks after, but you will receive, or you should receive, an email into your inbox to tell you when those are due by. So make sure that you get those in, because you have to have the essay, the final photos, the essay and the maintenance photo in to obviously then receive your $200 completion voucher. And then really what we would love you to do is obviously complete repeat. So then you just go straight back into another round of 16 weeks, same process, and then we will be bringing in more people to start another brand new challenge. So congratulations to you guys. Hey, Gnomes. All right, so tonight is going to be a special one with a product in the spotlight, because we haven't done a product in the spotlight for a while, and this really came about from me sharing my video and having a beautiful discussion with my sister, but then also somebody else about something that is called SAD, which is seasonal affective disorder. And basically what that is that, as it says, we actually become sadder during the darker times of the year, and obviously, you know, through less sunlight. So us here in the southern states of the country, we really suffer from SAD, worse, of course, than those that live in the northern part of the country, because they just have far more sunshine. And so it's really important to actually understand what SAD is. And as it says, it basically, you just get sad because it gets dark. And of course, your mood can diminish, your motivation can diminish, and just really like your general happiness you will find that really all starts to just diminish. And then the way that we can actually, of course, help ourselves is to be getting beneficial vitamin D. And the way that we can do that, especially through the Isagenix products, is with the Aegis Actives. So, of course, this is coenzyme Q10, which I'm going to touch on in a second, resveratrol and vitamin D3. Okay, so this is absolutely essential, I would say, for everybody, because most Australians these days are actually vitamin D deficient. I've got some stuff to read here, and most of the world's population actually is vitamin D deficient. And the reason that actually is because of, there is, of course, the campaign to slip, slop, slap. So when it even is sunny, we're outside in that sunshine, but we will be covered up and we will be slathered with sunscreen, and of course we will have hat and sunglasses on. So know that there is times when the sun is shining that you actually really should be taking in vitamin D3, of course, in the safe periods of the day, you know, in the non-burny period. And really what you should try to do is actually sit in the sun with your sunglasses off, with your eyes closed, because the eyelids actually take in the most amount of vitamin D3. Same with the insides of the arms and the back of the legs. And now vitamin D3 isn't actually a vitamin, it's a fat-soluble hormone. So another way that we actually naturally take vitamin D3 into our body is through full-fat dairy. I'm not an advocate of dairy, so and I don't do dairy at all. I don't. It's funny that we need vitamin D3, but I just don't go there with dairy. I'd rather get my sources from bony fish or, of course, beautiful supplementation, or broccoli and mushrooms, especially mushrooms are beautiful sources. But yeah, don't do dairy. But anyway, all right. Now let me get on to the coenzyme Q10, okay? So coenzyme Q10, did you know, is the easiest way to kind of, I guess, like Lisa speak, the coenzyme Q10, is it is an energy synergist. So it is the key that goes into the lock that unlocks your cells for energy, okay? And so coenzyme Q10 is a must. It is just a must in our body. So I'm going to read you some literature, okay? So coenzyme Q10, also known as CoQ10, is in charge of producing 95% of your body's energy. So, and as we age, CoQ10 production declines, making the need for supplementation vitally important, okay? And this is, of course, where the Aegis Actives comes into play. So your bodies make CoQ10, but as we age, the production declines. So by the time that we are 60, we make about half of what we made at the age of 20. So the decline in coenzyme Q10 is even made worse through the use of cholesterol-lowering statin medication. So just hands up if you have somebody in your life that is on a statin that you know that is actually taking a cholesterol-lowering medication. I know lots of people, okay? So I really just, if you can pass on some information, and if that person hasn't been told by their doctor when they've been prescribed a statin that they need to be on coenzyme Q10, please tell that person to ask their doctor for a beautiful supplement or tell them to buy this. All right. So a deficiency in CoQ10 can cause weakness and fatigue and result in oxidative stress to cell proteins and other cell components. Now, oxidative stress, if you don't know what that is internal rusting, and that's pretty much like damage inside our bodies. If I could have thought of this, I could have cut an apple in half about an hour ago and let that apple start to go brown. That is oxidative stress, okay? That is happening inside our bodies every single day. And this is, of course, another reason that we need to be making sure that we are fasting and doing our cleansing regularly to help the body with that oxidative stress. So you can only get minimal amounts of CoQ10 in your diet. The main sources are meat, fish, and whole grains. But even one of the richest sources of CoQ10, which is beef, only provides about 2.5 milligrams in a 3-ounce serving. For healthy aging, a high-quality coenzyme Q10 supplement is needed. What should you look for in a CoQ10 supplement? Absorption is the most important thing, as not all CoQ10 supplements are absorbed in the same way. In fact, only 1% of CoQ10 is absorbed from a typical powdered supplement. So Isogenics, of course, is well represented by a panel of expert scientists on CoQ10 to create Aegis Actives. Aegis Actives provide maximum absorption with a clinical study daily dose of 100 milligrams of lipid solubilized CoQ10, which means that it's fat soluble, okay? For you, it means it's improved oxidant status and support for greater energy and cellular health, okay? Now, why do people who exercise need CoQ10? Of course, because it's our major energy synergist. So now I'm gonna give you some, I guess some of the disclaimers that are needed. I am not an exercise scientist. I'm not a dietitian. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a naturopath, and I'm not a doctor. And Isogenics doesn't claim to treat, prevent, cure, or diagnose any illness or disease. The information that I give you is from my bodily experience only. Now, I actually take 4 Aegis Actives as a pre-workout. So I've been doing this for a long time. I take, ever since I did the kind of the studies and the learning about this actually being an energy synergist, so unlocking cells for energy, I take 4 of these capsules before I work out, generally with an E-shot or with some ionics and amped power. And boy, does it absolutely help with exercise performance. So the reason, of course, is because of the energy adaptation. But the other thing that is in the Aegis Act is resveratrol. So resveratrol, sorry, I'll pronounce it correctly. So resveratrol is actually also found in red wine. Okay, so I'm not going to go and ask you to drink a glass of red wine before you go and work out, or if you're looking to that as an antioxidant, you know, oxidative stress benefit, because the amount of resveratrol that you have to take from wine to have the same effect as what is in here, I believe, is about 10 glasses. So you would be sloshed. So it's easier to take some capsules. Okay. So resveratrol has been shown to be a potent antioxidant that can benefit athlete performance in many ways. The studies show that supplementing with resveratrol may improve energy metabolism in the heart and muscle by acting as an antioxidant and helping blood vessels relax, which improves oxygen delivery to the heart and the muscle. Better oxygen and nutrient delivery to the heart and working muscle means, of course, greater endurance and less fatigue. Resveratrol, acting as an antioxidant, can lessen the amount of muscle damage caused by exhaustive exercise and oxidative stress. Because of resveratrol's potent effects, in fact, there was recently some concern that it may actually prevent oxidative stress to the extent that it impairs the ability to adapt. However, after reviewing all the research, scientists have generally concluded that evidence supports resveratrol having positive effects on exercise training. And of course, I will give you all of these links that I'm reading from. Okay. The other benefit, of course, is the vitamin D, which is needed to actually create strong bones. Okay. So athletes of all ages and types should ensure that they're getting adequate amounts of vitamin D or the sunshine vitamin. A recent review established that many roles vitamin D has in the athlete's body, including assisting with faster recovery after intense workouts. Having poor vitamin D status, which is more than 1/3 of the world's population, according to latest findings, actually affects muscle strength and protein synthesis due to vitamin D receptors in the muscle. So as winter is getting started, really, seriously, like we skipped autumn, crazy, we will be starting to fall behind vitamin D. So especially for people who train indoors, supplementing with vitamin D may be the answer. And interestingly, a study involving elite ballerinas found that when they supplemented daily with 2,000 IU of vitamin D during the winter, their muscle strength increased and injury occurrence decreased. So that is a very great thing for people who are training indoors during winter. And in our part of the world, I would suggest that that is everybody. Okay, so that is Aegis Actives. I say that this is definitely a must for you to get into your auto ships. Interesting also, actually, it has other things in it which I'm about, but it has pomegranate, ashwagandha, wolfberry, turmeric, and red grape. So all of those things are actually stress adaptogens and antioxidants. So they provide amazing benefits for the body as a whole. Okay. Now these were actually taken out of the the old President's Pack, which is now the weight loss premium pack. But I really strongly encourage everybody actually putting these back in, okay, especially during winter. All right. Now, let's talk about whole food sources of foods to increase your happiness. Now, I think I spoke about this one other time, and I spoke about eating the yellow and the orange foods together, because those foods are the color of the sun, so they actually produce happiness. But yellow foods in particular, because they are high in tryptophan, and tryptophan is an amino acid that actually helps the body produce serotonin. Serotonin is our happy hormone. So please remember that if you naturally, I would say any time of the year, that not only increasing the amount of green leafy veggies and salad that you should be eating, that for an increase in overall happiness, you should also increase the amounts of yellow foods that you eat. All right. Research has also shown that omega-3 should also be increased. So you can increase omega-3s through things like a really good solid fish oil capsule. Of course, Isogenics has the Isa Omega, although that is also now in the Daily Essentials pack. Or you can increase whole foods such as walnuts, flax seeds, or flaxseed oil. Okay, so another great benefit. B group vitamins is another huge one to be increasing happiness. So we know that we have lots of B group vitamins in Ionics, and we also have them in our shake, and we also have them in the women's Ageless Actives, and we also have them in the Isogenesis. So we have do you see now why we're also bloody happy? Because we're actually getting really great, beautiful, sources of all these happiness, mojo eliciting things that our body needs. Okay. So other whole food sources, though, of vitamin B1 and B3 and folic acid is brown rice. So that can obviously be included in your diet. B1, B2, and B3 can be found in nutritional yeast. The brand of nutritional yeast that you should be looking for would be the Bragg's brand, Braggs. Same brand as if you'd be looking for apple cider vinegar. Whole grain oats contain folic acid, B6 and B1. Please make sure that if you're looking for oats that you really are looking for low gluten or gluten-free, because I'm not at all an advocate of anything gluten containing. And now, whilst oats themselves do not actually contain gluten, you need to make sure that they say low gluten or gluten-free, because that will mean that they have been grown in soil that hasn't previously contained wheat, which then has the wheat protein tilled back into the soil. Okay, so that makes sense. Cabbage contains vitamin C and folic acid, so that's a good one. And then, of course, looking at foods that are yellow, so bananas with their tryptophan, squash, pineapple is beautiful for your happiness. Of course, yellow capsicums, and it does say corn, but I would actually avoid corn because corn is a very genetically modified vegetable. So I'd actually stay away from corn. And then other things that you can obviously do for yourself is get plenty of sunshine when the sun is out, of course. Make sure that you get regular exercise at least 3 times a week. Exercise does lift mood and alters brain chemistry in a positive way, as well as being an amazing stress reliever. Okay, experiencing laughter, because laughter is truly the greatest medicine, as my noisy family walks in the door. And then also doing some other type of, beneficial, happiness work, or I'm not going to say happiness work, it's not kind of the word, but let's say other mindset work. So, of course, through Healthy Mind and Body, but things like guided meditation, which we have talked of before. Okay, so that is about that. And also watch your environment. Let's add that one in as these crazies walk in behind me. Just be mindful of your environment. So for some people, this will be uncomfortable and it will probably agitate. But if the people that you are with the most don't make you happy, have a look at that and perhaps go and find some new friends. It's as easy as that. If you are with somebody or you are around a circle of friends and you find that your energy decreases around them, and you are not as happy as you, when you come into them, if you're happy, and when you leave them, you're not so happy, they are perhaps not the most amazing positive environment for you to be around, okay? We all resonate, we are all energy, and environment is stronger than willpower, okay? So please watch your environment and watch your connection. All right. That is about kind of it with all of that. I'm sorry that most of that was kind of red. But now, of course, I invite you to jump on, ask any questions, add any comments, anything like that that you might want to, yeah, you might want to, you're sounding like creeping in the side. Shake's just like watching what we're doing. Okay, so yeah. So if you have any questions, feel free to unmute yourself or just wave your hand if you don't know how to unmute, and you can come forward and ask any questions. Please use this time to ask anything you like. There is no such thing as a silly question. The only question that may be silly is the one that never gets asked. So jump away.
I don't have a question, Lisa, but I just wanted to say thank you. That was really, really good information. I really enjoyed that. But I'm going to jump off now.
Yeah, I know, because you want to go to bed. That's fine. That's okay. Actually, you just, because it's so dark over there in New Zealand right now and it's so cold. So I hope that you did find that beneficial. I actually do want to add one thing before you jump off, and you may know this, you may not though, is bedtime belly buster actually really helps the body with tryptophan. So that's why we sleep well when we take the bedtime belly buster as well, because that bedtime belly buster is pretty much straight dairy whey protein, and of course we know that dairy is a good source of tryptophan. So that's another great reason to be doing the bedtime belly buster. So not only does it feed your body with a beautiful amount of protein as you sleep, decreases cortisol, because it puts us into a deep state of rest, reset, and digest. But it also helps us be happy. Boom. Awesome. It's like the ultimate. All right.
Awesome.
No,
thank you so much.
my pleasure. Night, lovely. Have a good sleep. All right. Does anybody else want to come on, jump on, say hello, ask any questions, or ask anything of the content that I just delivered to you?
No, but we're going to head off now. Anita's battery died.
Oh dear, you can't have a died battery, a dead battery as you're walking. But I hope that you love that, and I hope that you enjoy continuing to drink your bedtime belly buster and get some nice yellow foods into you, and especially get some coenzyme Q10 as this weather
I
gets
take it already.
Yep, beautiful. Good girl.
Bye.
Night. Anybody else? Is it all like petering off? No, all good, B. Awesome. All good, Deb. All good, gnomes. Those guys missed the code word. Oh well, I'll put it up for I'll send those guys that just left the code word. But the code word for those people who are watching at home and do need to send that through to their accountability partner will be D3. That's the one, okay? So make sure that you send that through to your person. It's really funny that we're talking about D3 and we have 3 weeks left to go in the challenge. We really do wish you well for the rest of it. I know that there are some amazing results happening and we are so very proud of you. So please continue along on your journey for the next 3 weeks, and then we look forward to seeing the end results and then look forward to the complete repeat. All right. So if there is nothing else, that's a beautiful, nice, quick one, all wrapped up in 25 minutes. If you need me for anything, of course, during the week, feel free to shout out and send me a message. All right. And we hope that it stops raining, and we hope that the sunshine comes out very shortly. All right. Otherwise, I'm moving to Queensland. All right. See you guys tonight.